All right. We actually haven't watched any of these before, so we have actually a full open market. Do you guys want to do? Give me a 1 for nachos. Give me a 2 for sandwich. Give me a 3 for steak. See, one was winning until I said steak.
Whoever is
Let's get it.
going to eat this, congratulations.
I like I'm probably got another 30 minutes left in me.
I know I'm going to eat it.
If you haven't already claimed your brig skin, you got 30 minutes to do so.
Hi, I'm Frank. I'm a professional chef, and this is a $500 steak dinner.
Hi, I'm Lorenzo. I'm a home cook, and this is going to be a $16 steak dinner. Oh, pardon you.
Keep it coming.
Thanks to the 3 gifties. Appreciate it.
Coca-Cola, huh?
I mean,
what's
this
with the
is just
Coca-Cola?
somebody went out in the forest and went nuts. This says it is Frank's, and I have to tell you, first off, poor handwriting, Frank.
So for my meal, I was planning on a more high-end restaurant feel to it. I had a butter-based ribeye steak.
Holy smokes, look at that. I don't think I've even ordered that before.
Dude, that is the
I had
nicest
fondant
cut of steak
potatoes.
I've seen in a long time.
What does that mean?
With caviar and creme fraiche,
Huh?
That feels
Caviar.
good.
Ugh, caviar.
some
Yeah, look, we
bordelaise
made
sauce
those
with black
rigattis.
truffles,
Appreciate it.
What is this bordelaise? What? What is a
Shuffle.
What is
Thanks
that?
for the
and some
As well.
broccolini
Good.
with wild mushrooms.
And this is
Wild
something I wore
mushrooms?
prom.
Dude, this guy went in the
What
fucking
fuck,
forest
you
to pick those
guys?
by hand.
I feel slightly evil. It's like we broke into a 5-star Michelin restaurant and I just grabbed everything I possibly could. And
even the
said,
potatoes look
"Let's
expensive."
have some fun.
With Lorenzo's recipe, I have a little more simpler ingredients and maybe something that's a little more commonplace in your kitchen. Flank steak, Coca-Cola, low-sodium soy sauce, garlic, ginger, broccoli, some chili flake, russet potatoes, scallions, sour cream, and cheddar. So these ingredients might be a little simpler, but I think that I can elevate them and make them a
Okay.
little better. If I had to guess, this would probably cost about $25 to $30. Oh, 16, really? Oh, it's
Okay.
cheaper than I
When- Thanks for the 3 gifties. I appreciate it. Thank you. And chat, I just want you to remember that this came out in 2019. $16, $17 steak in 2019. He's about adjusted for inflation, about $33.
It's a little intimidating because it's really fancy schmancy pachancy. I mean, it's a few $100 that I don't have.
The fondant potatoes I plan to make sound
more than I
really
used to make a
fancy,
week.
and I hope Lorenzo doesn't get scared off by that.
Why? Why? Salt, pepper, butter. Potato. Simple. What's wrong with you? I like how I'm looking at Frank's recipe. It's actually just ingredients. It doesn't tell me step-by-step stuff. I'm like, I think I'm just looking for some.
So who's
some
gonna
help.
butcher
And
this?
it's kind of just that next step up from just roasting potatoes in a pan.
I'm a little clueless on a couple of things. Is there a chance that I could maybe ask somebody for a little help? Rosemary!
How are you?
How am I? I'm panicking a little bit, actually. I feel like I'm on an island and I just drew help in the sand. Can you? Fondant potatoes.
Oh, they're delicious. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna trim off the very edges and you're going to cut them in half and
Okay.
peel them. They're gonna look kind of like scallops and sear the top, get it real crispy.
Okay.
And then you're going to take them and flip them, sear the other side.
Okay.
And then you're gonna add a stock, like a chicken stock or a vegetable stock.
Okay.
And finish them in the oven.
Thank you so much, Rosemary. I appreciate it. Take care. It just sounds more complicated,
Okay.
but
Yeah,
it's
I'm with
potatoes.
it.
You know, I can do it. Bing! Ooh, Lord have mercy. Okay, so I've got all my lovely russet potatoes, pretty much like little stools, and I'm gonna sear both sides.
Originally, Lorenzo planned for this to be a regular baked potato. So what we're gonna do is twice baked potatoes. A little more fat, a little more
feels
flavor,
good.
just a little more deliciousness, okay?
Lazarus,
baked potato
thanks for the
butter is
3
great.
gifties. Appreciated.
Twice baked potato with cream cheese and cheddar is even better.
All right, so I have
so much
the
fun.
garlic. I'm just gonna crush it. I have the ingredients, and I know. It just doesn't tell me how to put it together. That's the mystery.
First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bake it. I'm gonna poke
God,
a few holes in it just to
he's
let
actually
steam
giving me
escape,
anxiety. I have no clue
so
what I
my
would even
skin
do with
doesn't
it.
rupture. I'm gonna wrap it in foil.
Okay.
I'm gonna bake this potato about 350, 45 minutes to an hour.
I already hear Rosemary saying that's not long enough. It has to be darker, and you didn't sear it long enough. And this is a Gigantosaurus tongs. What the heck?
So this potato was baked for about 50 minutes. When you squeeze, you
What
can
the
see there's a
heck?
little bit of give. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the potato, slice it in half, and very carefully, with not trying to break the skin, I'm going to take the center of the potato
he
out. I want to leave a little bit of a wall
hollowing
there, so
out
it's not just
potatoes?
skin, just so that it holds together. And I'm just gonna kind of like mash this up a little, just so I don't have any big chunks.
Yeah, see, I should have turned it up all the way. That's more like it. Oh, there you go. Hello. That is, all right, Rosemary would be happy with that. Okay. Okie dokie Sudoki.
I'm gonna add all my flavorings to this. A little bit of sour cream. Well, maybe not a little bit, maybe a lot. Salt and pepper, definitely. We're gonna grate a little cheese. I got some nice cheddar here. Don't be skimpy with the cheese. It's gonna add some
blown away.
richness, a little bit of sharpness to this. I'm gonna use scallions as a flavoring for this. This is one of those ingredients that people will
He's
do
making
this. They'll cut the root end
potato
off.
skins.
They'll either use all the white and throw away the green, or use all the
That
green
feels
and throw away the
good.
white. I use the whole thing. All of it's good. Always taste your food. Delicious. At this point, you can probably just scoop it in with a spoon. I'm gonna use a pastry bed, okay? It gives me a little more direction. I can make it exactly the way I want it. It doesn't look like you didn't care and just kind of flopped it on there. The pastry bed gives a little more of an elegant feel to it. So at this point, we're gonna put them in the oven, and we're gonna let the top get a little brown, let them warm through, and then we'll garnish later.
I need to turn this down because I don't want to burn my butter. I'm not sure how much butter is in here, but I would imagine, yeah, of course, you add the butter first.
Thoughts on the Twitch minute asking on thoughts
that's 1
on?
tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons.
Like sometimes like
4.
working at a nursing
I'm
home.
going for it. It's like a stick of butter, I think. Let's let that go. Oh, let me put my stew. Yeah. Oh, that's happening. I mean, potatoes and butter.
I'm so terrified to do this though.
You win.
Like I feel like I'm burned
Rosemary.
out my apartment.
Hugs. We are moving on to
As we
the
top in more
sauce
cheese.
that I have no
I like
idea
the
how
way
to
you
pronounce.
think.
Bordelaise sauce. Thank you, Frank.
In Lorenzo's recipe, he marinates the steak in the Coke and the soy sauce. I'm not gonna do that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the marinade stuff and make a glaze out of it. So if you want to dip into it later, you can dip into it. If you want to
Cola
just taste
glaze.
a nice piece of meat,
Okay, interesting.
taste a nice piece of meat.
I'm
Hopefully no
listening.
one shook this up. So in places that I've seen Coca-Cola used in marinades and baking, it usually comes from the fact that there was sugar
Interesting
rationing
stuff. I
during World
can
War II.
appreciate it.
So I'm going to cook this down, basically just dumping everything to the pot and letting it reduce
Yo.
down. And I'm going to look for this. Right now the
Cola
bubbles are going to be
and
really small
garlic?
and kind of fluttery. And then
What is
once
that?
it starts to get a little thicker, you're going to
Was
see
that more
bigger
garlic?
bubbles that take a little longer to burst. You want to just reduce it until it starts to thicken rather than till it's dry. If it gets dry, it's going to burn.
All right, now I'm going to do the red wine reduction. So I need to reduce this about a cup, Frank says. It's about a cup, a little bit more than a
Ginger?
cup. I'm going to add my shallots, fresh thyme, and what? Bay leaf. Easy peasy. So far, so good. Ow, no, just kidding. Let's
I
put
was actually just thinking to myself, how is he doing that without looking?
We can also...
But I forgot that's like he's actually like
This
not
looks like
that
a
bad.
very rich sauce. The color's fantastic. Not quite sure how thick it's supposed to be. Earth calling Rosemary. Come in, Rosemary. What did she say? Can I ask you one more thing if you have time? Okay. Sauce. I have sauce that he wants me to make. I'm telling you what, Frank is not getting the Christmas card this year. I'm telling you. It calls for 1 cup of wine. How much do I reduce that?
So stick a spoon in and then run your finger down the back.
Oh.
If it grates, that's a nice thick enough sauce.
Okay. If not,
It's a wine sauce?
worst case scenario, just drink the wine when I'm done.
That's
That
true.
was the test you wanted me to do, the
True.
old back of a spoon test.
And if it leaves a nice clean line, I know my sauce is thick enough.
Totally coated the spoon. Thanks, Rosemary. Turn this off, and all I have to do now is shave some black truffle.
So 1 cup to
wow.
1/4
Never
a cup?
had Why are
Interesting.
these guys in my presence? It's very,
What is that?
it's earthy.
With truffles, for the most part, they're best
it's
when
truffle.
they're freshly sliced on top of things.
See, how much does he want us to do? Oh, the whole thing? Wow.
There's truffle products that have kind of those truffle flavorings in them, but when you get a fresh truffle, it should be sliced at the table in front of your guests. It's not just for the flavor, it's for the show as well.
Just threw it in the thing, so.
It tastes expensive. All right, guys. Bordelaise sauce with black
I
truffles.
feel like it's a scam.
The next step is to do our steak.
This steak is enormous. I mean, you guys.
Now with the ribeye that I had planned, the high-end ribeye, I had planned on sautéing it in a cast iron pan. The way I'm gonna cook this flank steak
Yo,
is similar to
tell
the
them things to
ribeye.
get to
I
that.
really just want to get a nice kind of caramelized coating on it. So I'm
Okay.
gonna season the steak first. A fair amount of salt and black pepper. With the salt, we go fairly heavy.
Liberally. So I need this hot, like super hot, you guys. This is the nicest skillet.
So what
I've ever
oil
seen
do
in
they
my
use when they
life.
do
I
that,
like
chat?
this.
Like olive oil?
Christmas
Like
presents,
something else?
please.
The key to this is that you don't want the oil to splash on you. So I just
Uh-huh.
gonna drop it in the pan away from me,
I don't know what that is.
Here we go, guys.
and I'm gonna let it stay there. I'll leave it alone.
Let it go.
This is gonna take a few
Olive?
minutes.
Not olive. Olive?
Send these smoke signals. Dinner's almost ready, people. Come and get it.
Nola?
I'm gonna flip it away from me.
It's been a great time.
Different strokes for different folks, I guess.
Swirl it around so I have
That
a
looks
nice
so good.
amount of
Oh
fat.
my
If you look
god.
at the steak, it has a beautiful crust on it now. It's gonna add a ton of flavor to this steak. It's going to add some texture as well. You're gonna get a little crunchy bits.
Let's just throw these in. We smashed it.
Oil ever? Yeah, I'm actually afraid of cooking with oil too.
What I'm gonna do to check temperature is I'm not necessarily gonna use a thermometer. If I push on this piece of meat and it gives me some spring back, that means that it's cooking. If I push on this piece of meat and it leaves a dent, that means it's pretty much raw in the center. So this I know is still pretty rare here, and here it's kind of cooking up.
You guys. I think I'm teary-eyed a little bit. It's so beautiful. I'm crying.
Holy
It's so pretty.
fuck, that thing is
Lorenzo's issue is going to be that's
gorgeous.
a really thick cut of steak. And usually with those, getting the right temperature is a little more of guesswork. So Lorenzo might want to use a thermometer for that.
Ooh. Medium rare. Perfect.
So I'm going to let this steak rest for about 10 minutes.
I really want to dig in and eat this right now, but you need to let it rest.
All the juice is going to flow out.
Be patient. It'll be worth it. Let's move on to the broccolini.
The expensive version, I was going to use broccolini. We have a rich steak, a really rich potato dish.
5
and the
minutes.
broccolini
5
will
minutes
have
is not a
just
big
a little
deal.
bit of bitterness to
Call
cut
them
that.
5 minutes.
Broccolini tastes really great by itself. Needs a little
Usually
salt,
pickles.
pepper, maybe a little garlic. But everyday broccoli is delicious if you treat it right.
No
So
healers in the
normally
beta?
people
Yeah,
take
just
the
all the
broccoli,
current
cut the head
support's
off,
just
and
fucking
everything else
broken,
gets thrown in the
except
garbage.
Mercy.
What I like to do is I save
like
the
Moira.
stems. So if you're going to serve the stems, you have to peel them because otherwise it's a little on the tough side. And it sometimes needs a little help. So what I'm going to do is I'm going
never
to
knew
get
that.
some garlic and a little bit of ginger. A lot of times people will boil broccoli, and boiled broccoli, I mean, there's nothing worse than that, right? It smells bad, it tastes bad, it gets too soft. I like to roast broccoli. It adds a little bit more depth
That
of
feels
flavor to it.
good.
And
Really?
I'm going to use
You
some
don't
of
always give
Lorenzo's
you things that they're
ingredients
gifts,
here
you
to make that just a little bit better. A little bit of chili flake, just to let him know it was there. I'm going to use a little bit of soy sauce. I'm going to use a little bit of salt. Both of them have salt in them, but salt kind of gives a pure, plain flavor, where soy sauce kind of gives a richness. I'm going to throw this into an oven about 350 for about 15 minutes. You'll see the broccoli starts to break down. It'll start to get a little bit of caramelization or charring on top, and that's what I want. I want to take it out of the oven when it's just a little bit crispy.
I'm actually going to take it out, stopping the cooking process by submerging it into ice water. Next, mushrooms. I just have to start seeing what these are.
An air
These are
fryer for
great.
broccoli?
Lorenzo
I
should
actually
make
have one. I never
sure
use it.
That he gets those mushrooms nice and caramelized. Any mushrooms that kind of go in a pan and they just kind of sit there and boil, not good. The texture's not really great. You want those mushrooms to be just slightly crispy when you put them on the plate.
These are very thin, delicate mushrooms, so I think it's okay to add whatever I need to add to finish this off. My broccolini looks good to me. Let's try it. Wow! This is lovely. Lovely, lovely, jubbly is all I have to say.
Huh.
And
A lot that way? Interesting.
It's heavy. It hurt my wrist. It's so heavy.
The most important thing for this piece of steak is to cut against the grain. That's
Oh, geez,
because
Universe.
if you cut it with the grain, it's just going to be super chewy.
It looks so good. Does it look good?
When I'm plating a dish, I'm usually looking for a little textural difference,
did he cut that
a little
sideways?
height difference, just
That
to
was
make it
five-head.
interesting. If you just throw everything on a plate flat, it's kind of boring. So I'm going to kind of just prop things up a little, do a little chef wizardry, and try and make it just look a little bit nicer than what kind of grandma would have put on the plate.
Cream fresh.
I fucking hate that though.
Ooh, it's
Like
the
I know
green
he's right, but I hate that.
With the chives on the sides. Oh, Broccolini has shaved fresh Parmesan.
So we have our beautiful steak propped up on our broccoli stems. I got a little bit of that soy and Coca-Cola glaze, and that's my take on Mr. Lorenzo's dish. There's a
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I have one small problem with this.
Ooh,
I have
it's the green caviar.
I have one fucking
Oh,
bone to pick
Broccolini
with this shit,
has
okay?
shaved
I
fresh Parmesan.
love
So we have our beautiful
sauce.
steak
Sauce
propped up on our
is
broccoli
what
stems.
makes the
I got a
world
little
go
bit of
fucking
that
round,
soy
right?
and Coca-Cola glaze.
I
and
love
that's
to
my-
have sweet and sour, ketchup or mayo or mustard or fucking ranch, blue cheese, whatever it is. The problem with this fucking thing right here is this is a beautiful looking steak, a beautiful looking fucking, stuffed potatoes with broccoli. It looks great. And you fucking dribble a little bit of sauce on the plate? If you don't hand me a fucking separate sauce tray with a bunch of fucking sauce in it, I'm gonna go
my take on
bananas.
Mr. Lorenzo's dish. There's a little piece left on my board. That's the chef's secret. We eat all the ends. We make staff meal out of it sometimes, but that's my snack, okay?
Truffles and that's it. That looks good, man. If I do say so myself. Steak.
His does look good. I actually like his better, to be honest with you.
Hey,
Frank,
how you doing?
it is an honor and a pleasure.
Pleasure to
I'm telling
meet
you right
Pleasure
now,
to meet
sir.
you. Oh, look at that.
It looks good. Oh, that is my
See,
potato.
okay. I hate to say it. Obviously, it's not. This isn't
That.
actually like worth 500. Like this is like But that looks like a good fucking home cooked meal. That looks delicious. That looks like if I went to your house and you served me that, you love me. You care about me.
Oh, that is my potato. Oh, it's a twice.
Yeah.
Between.
So, we took a little chef's poetic license with
Yes,
this,
you
right? We
made it
made like a
nice.
little glaze with the coca and the soy sauce.
Oh, very good.
Chefs want you to enjoy the
Broccoli we
natural
roasted
flavors.
with some ginger and soy, and then we did it.
If chefs want me to enjoy the natural flavors of the ingredients, that's fine. But I'm paying $500 fucking for that steak. Give me the fucking sauce on the side, bro. I'll figure out which one I want to enjoy.
A twice baked potato. So I'm gonna give it a taste with this sauce, and add a little bit of mushroom on there.
Okay. I don't even know what kind of mushroom that is.
I think it's a chanterelle. Delicious. Your seasoning is wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
Oh man,
Well, talk to a fangirl. Thanks for the gift.
Really?
Appreciate it.
sauce is on point.
I never had a sauce like this
Oh, it
before.
looks so good.
It's one of
His
those
actually
classic
looks
French sauces.
fire.
You would think it'd be too rich, but it actually is a good foil
It
to the steak.
Want the bottle? I'll
like
take
it
the
would be
bottle.
So
No,
rich because the color. Look at the color.
it's a
very-
great
It's
compliment.
different.
Those
That
look
is
so
good.
good. They
taste
almost look like
yours
little
Okay.
pastries.
Let us get a little bit of this and your...
I'm nervous too now. My heart's beating. I'm a little worried.
What is the reduction? Is this like
This is the soy sauce, Coca-Cola, ginger garlic.
This tastes like mama. What my mama made. The ginger and soy sauce are so nice together.
And we roasted the broccoli with the ginger and garlic and a little bit of chili flake
Baked in the oven.
baked in the oven, yeah.
Oh my god. And it's a different texture because you do it in the oven. Nice.
I'm going
nice.
in. I'm
yeah,
gonna try
yeah.
too.
Frank. Oh my gosh.
See
I
how
got
we
it.
did.
It's yummy. The sauce is really delicious.
It really complements. It almost tastes a little smoky, believe it or not. I was a little nervous about Coca-Cola. I saw Coca-Cola, and now I'm gonna add that to my kind of tool belt. You don't think of Coca-Cola as an ingredient that you use in really good cooking,
Yeah,
but
no.
that's delicious.
Thanks, Frank.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That's awesome. That was a nice way to end the stream, I think.